Thanks for staying with us. So yesterday, our dear Super Falcons were honored by the president and the federal government yesterday. They didn't just get a handshake. They got fantastic rewards for the hard work which they had put in to become the champions in the continent. They got $100,000 each. They got 3-bedroom flats in the Renewed Hope new estate. They got a national honor, amongst other things. Many had celebrated this reward given by the president. Others have criticized it, saying that is it necessary, considering the fact that there's quite a bit of things we need money for. Because if you calculate the money, that's a lot of millions of dollars that's going to this group of people. Others are saying that this is just a way for the Mr. President to try to buy back maybe favor from Nigerians or buy back some kind of trust from Nigerians. What are your thoughts on this? Do you agree that Mr. President should have given out this amount of gifts to the Super Falcons? Or do you believe that this was a worthy honor for these young women who had worked hard to bring honor to Nigerians? Please join the conversation this morning. You can call us on 020-163-52013, 090-241-63440. You can also send us messages on X and YouTube. We'll be happy to read your thoughts. So, Super Falcons, Mariam, want to jump in? What are your thoughts?
Okay, so of course for me, at first, I was just really excited and I thought they were quite deserving of it. I also thought really that this is quite generous. I don't know if we've ever had any group get as generous a gift as, you know, they got. But you know, as usual, after a few moments, just sitting down and hearing what everybody had to say, I started hearing, you know, the side of those who thought, well, that it may come across as a little bit unfair because we're in a country right now where people are struggling. People who daily in their life is just about giving to their society and their community and to the country, and they don't seem to be getting any proper remuneration for it. You know, we have doctors that are on strike right now, and what are they asking? For better working conditions, for better pay. We have teachers who barely earn minimum wage, you know. And for me, I hear both sides, but I feel like we can have this as well as also be able to discuss the issues that we have with, you know, our teachers and our doctors and how things need to be better for the country. Because I see the importance of encouraging our Super Falcons. I see the importance of encouraging those who represent us globally. It's a huge PR whatever, you know, if we were to put a price, or we were to pay a company to help us with this what do you call it, image building, you know, it will cost quite a sum of money. But in the times that we're in, vis-a-vis the issues that are ongoing, if we had the money to give to these players, why haven't we better used it for those who show up every day in the hospitals, show up every day in our schools, you know? So for me, you know, 50-50. Right. I get it, but we have issues that we need to deal with.
We cannot please Nigerians.
Talk about your thought, yeah.
Yes. I strongly feel that we cannot please Nigerians because I have sat on this table and complained about how the government doesn't honor the female football players. That when it is the men that do barely the minimum, they get a lot of celebration. But the women show up. Women basketball players, women football players, these are our superstars. They are the ones that still put in the efforts in our sporting, bringing us sporting glory. The two of them, it is women basketball players, women football players. And these people work hard. They show up for Nigeria in usually difficult conditions. They be representing for years. Many of them suffered. Some of them that suffered are not even getting rewarded. They have retired, but they suffered. They were part of the 1, 2, 3 WAFCON cups that they won, that they did not even get acknowledged right now. The ones that won the third one, second one, fourth one, the ones that continue showing up to inspire young ones to make the sacrifice to show up now, they didn't get rewarded. But, you know, you can't begrudge people when it is their time. May my blessing come and somebody not be beefing me that my blessing is too much. If it is you that is collecting, you will not feel bad. A lot of Nigerians, when it's close to home, if you're the one who slept in the airport, have we forgotten? Just a few years back, those ladies slept in the airport on their way to go and play games. We've had these dramas happen. The boys slept at the airport. Nigerian sporting people that play sports for Nigeria, they do it out of love and national interest. So if for once we now get this overwhelming support for them, I think Nigerians should just come out and say, President, if you can bring out this money for these ones, please bring out the money for the others too. It shouldn't be a case of take the money, don't give them the money, give it to these other people, because they've also worked really hard and represented us. So I feel the fact that people might feel like, we have pressing issues, but it shouldn't stop the ones being celebrated from being celebrated. They deserve the celebration. They've worked hard for the celebration. They've suffered for the celebration. Some others in the past have suffered. I would like a case where those people that got 100,000, pick one of the previous retired footballers that you know are also struggling right now, who labored before you, and sow into them and give them as well, because the president probably cannot think of covering every other football player that we've had in the past, every other Falcon that has retired. But I feel at this point in time, this is not an overdue, but it's also showing that the president, we have money. So if we have money for this, Oga, please help us give money to other pressing issues we have in the country.
I like as you did go, come back. Because you see, the president has a lot of convincing to do to the doctors, has a lot of convincing to do to ASU. A lot of convincing to do to the various sectors that are not, at ease right now, that are, worried now and saying, the doctors are saying, how do you reduce doctor's salary? We've been taking it in the papers for consistent 3 weeks. We've not heard from the president. We've not heard from Minister for Labour, Minister for State for Labour, whoever is in charge. We've not heard from anybody. And then, bam, we hear that we have a largesse of about how many million? 150 million per player times 11,
24 and 11, 34.
Then we have a technical team, technical team on the other side, 50-50. And you say Nigeria should not beef them. The bad belly that is watching this money right now it has reached already. It has reached, because whenever one doctor thinks of paying his child's school fees and thinking, I should have jackpot with my friends, he will remember that they gave Falcons this money. There's no way you can separate the bad belly right now. It's the same president that is not reachable, that has not addressed them directly, has not invited their team, their enemy to see them, that announced he received this, and once he received trophy, PR was more important than doctors and workers else. And you see, Maria, I'm not finished. Please don't vex.
Go ahead.
So the Women's African Cup of Nations, WAFCON, the award itself for first winner is $1 million for each team. So the team who carries first, that wins the cup, has $1 million from WAFCON, the body itself. Second runner-up gets $500,000. Third runner-up, $300 for the fourth, $300,000 and $200,000 for quarter-finalists. So it's not like the winning came empty. It's not as if they didn't win something.
Just matched it.
Just because they won it 10th consecutive year, we want to give them money. We gave them national honors. We gave them houses. I'm not beefing them. I'm proud of what they've given them. I'm just saying, is it in the same mouth that we are giving governors 55% of VAT, that we have removed subsidy, that everything have increased, that we cannot increase health workers' salaries, we cannot increase ASU, meet ASU's demands, that we are giving out this amount of money at this time without thinking we need to explain to somebody or the other people are less Nigerians than them?
Okay,
you don't understand.
I hear both sides.
We not bring up, but we dey sacrifice too.
I see
That's the point.
both sides. My only worry is that I don't like governance to be out of somebody's whim or somebody's, today is a good day. I feel good today. They won the cup. Oh, let's give them this. There's got to be a system around these things. So I hear that. It's not about I like them or I don't like them. So I hear. However, I think also Nigerians may be forgetting that these girls put in the hard work. Sometimes people just think they just woke up today and went to the matches and won. No, they were late nights. They were in sleepless nights of hard work, of fighting, of practice and all that. So they also had their own suffering. And I think this reward also captures the sacrifices they've also made. So just like Mariam had said, there are two sides. I hear the part of the government, but I would have preferred where it is done according to a policy or a system that is in place of how we reward our winners, because we just recently lost Peter Rufai.
So that they know ahead of winning that they will earn certain things.
Exactly. So Peter Rufai was recently passed on after a brief illness that even his colleagues knew about. Quite a number of players. Samson Siasa was promised a few things. I'm not even sure he got it before he died, because I remember that they tried to give him a house in Abuja or something. I'm not sure he got it. So many of these things.
The house that was promised to Choma Ajunwa was Governor Sanwo-Olu. Do you know when Choma Ajunwa won that gold in the Olympics? It was Governor Sanwo-Olu that gave her a flat somewhere in Iponri.
That's what I'm saying. So there's got to be a system around. You can't just wake up tomorrow and say, I'm dashing you 100,000. So that's where
and that is why it will seem quite unfair. Like what you've just, the names that you have just mentioned, is that, okay, what makes these people extra special? Because government is not supposed to play favoritism. Government is supposed to be fair across board. So we should know what we get from government. But this conversation is not in any way saying that the ladies...
Sorry, it's not Samson Siasa is not dead. Who?
No,
Stephen Keshi was Keshi.
Okay.
Stephen Keshi. Samson Siasa is alive. Sorry about that. It was Keshi I wanted to say. Somebody, my producer just reminded me.
Yeah. So this is not in any way to belittle what they have achieved and the work that they have put in place. This has nothing to do with the work that they have done. It also has very little to do with if we think they are deserving of this generosity. That's not what this is about. Is, as you have said, that government needs to be able to have a system of reward for anything, for athletes, for sporting events, for those who have represented us well, either via education or, career-wise or anything. There has to be a system that is just that you just know that everybody gets that. The national awards that was given, I think that was fair. I think that is good. And I think that as we get people who represent us this way, they need to be recognized as well. But I don't think it should be limited to only sporting events. I think that even if we have doctors who have represented us well, we don't have to wait till they have died and passed on and their generation after generation, then we call them and then give them this award. I think that this award, but the amount of money that was given really is really about what we are dealing with. It's really about the fact that we hear conversations that we're told we don't have enough money to settle this demand right now. There's not enough money in the coffers to settle this your demands. Your demands don't make sense, or your demands are too high. Nigeria does not have the sort of money that you're asking the government to give you, and yet we have this money that comes out of nowhere. We have a first lady who I have seen make generous donations to families of those that have been affected by insurgency in the Middle Belt, and if it's a personal purse, even though that also has to be removed from her when it comes to sporting events. If it's a personal purse, if it's a collaboration with private sector where the government says, well, we're able to influence their generosity, we're able to encourage them to make donations to you, that is different from saying government itself is the one standing and looking for this money and giving, because then to make it fair, you have to make sure you go down the books and make sure everybody is compensated for winning something.
Let me go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue this conversation and open our phone lines for our viewers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. All right, so we're still discussing this matter. I was going online to see what the Falcons' counterparts get paid in their various countries. And I was seeing, like in 2021, the BBC reported that England Lionesses were earning £200,000 annually. There was actually a list here of, there was a player of FC Barcelona. Some of them were earning about £400,000. Others were earning, there's a club, Lyon, and they're earning about £3,000. So the point, different countries. So the point I'm trying to make is that to us it's a lot of money, $100,000, but to an international player, that's just thank you. I mean, they appreciate the money, but it might not be a lot. But our own economy might not be able to handle it because of where we are as a nation. So do you think also the reason why it's a major force is because of the amount in our own eyes?
The money again.
So we have a problem. institutional-wise, we have a problem in the sense that if our female footballers were going for an international tournament, they will sometimes sleep at the airport. There are no proper provisions. So they had to make sacrifices because system failed. How about upgrading system to avoid all of this with this amount of largesse? Because it's with a lot of money misplaced. That's the way most of us are seeing it. I am totally, honestly, sincerely happy for the Super Falcons. They've always worked hard. They've always sacrificed. We've seen them, you know, some of them are from the worst kind of situations. They played their way to, you know, to survival. But here we are. We have 150 million per footballer that we can give, and we do not have a perfect system, and we are not bothered about that system. The next set of Super Falcons, because some of them are retiring this year, the next set that will come, they have to go sleep for airports. Buses will fail. They will have to pay what sacrifices. And what if the next government is not a largest government like this one that doesn't reward them?
Give them handshake
and give them ordinary handshake. So how about creating a proper system where even our PR that they have done will be well done? So imagine they showing up with the right outfit, properly made here, fabrics made here, proudly Nigerian, and doing the PR long term.
Let me take this call. Engineer Idris is calling from Abuja. Thanks for calling. You're live.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, please.
I'm listening to
the volume is low. We can't hear you
right now. And I want to sincerely thank
you,
Mr. President, for the honor and the cash gift, because those girls really made Nigeria proud. The Continental Show. Because I'm a football fan. I love football so much. When I was in university, I can't go to exam hall without watching a match. But let the truth be told. The cash gift was just too much. I was expecting something like $20,000 for the girls, then $10,000 for the technical crew. I remember 3-bedroom apartment was also given to those girls. What about our health workers in Nigeria? What about the civil servants? What about the ASU? We have a lot of challenges to deal with. But spending over $1 million in just 20-something girls, come on. Just pick up. Tell the world the truth. That's my humble opinion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Engineer Idris.
So really, the value of our money is very bad. The value of our money is so bad, but when you compare it to dollars, it will seem like such a huge amount of money. That's the thing. If we were talking dollar was like 300 naira, it wouldn't be. It would just be a case of 300 naira to $1. But when you're talking 1,600, 1,550, it feels really a whole lot. I'm happy that
many Americans have seen $100,000.
If you play football, you will see.
How many Americans?
From your government.
You are saying that it's about the value of our naira. How many Americans walk by and see? A year they make 100,000.
They didn't walk by. These people are walking.
No, I'm just saying. No, it's because she brought the value of the money as if it was about the value of the money.
No, it's about the value of the money.
Even in the dollar that you mentioned, $100,000 is huge for even an American.
No,
it's a lifetime achievement for even an American.
It's not a lifetime achievement.
It's huge.
When you are doing sports, we cannot compare. Their careers you cannot compare. I cannot compare Uber driver with a trailer driver. They are two different career paths. I can't compare a footballer and say, because this football is such a glamorous, I'm comparing a footballer with a medical doctor. They are different career paths. A media person is different from an actor. Still, we are all on TV. There are different things. A reporter is different from a news anchor. Each person earns differently. So there's no, let's stop. I can't look at this person's job and look at what she's earning and be saying that, how can this person be earning so much? Look at each person has chosen their own path. So the doctor has chosen their honorable path. The footballer has chosen their own path. The one thing I would agree on this matter is that we don't have systems. We are leaving the reward for good work of sporting our sports personalities to the desire and the pleasure of whoever is our leader
Because
per
last one
time.
gave them a handshake.
And that for me is a problem.
Okay, point
so I agree on that one, but we also have state governors that reward what I feel they should not reward. Like when somebody goes to Big Brother house and then the state governor welcomes them back and gives them
and makes them.
So we need to discuss our rewarding system generally.
Okay, I like where you're taking it to. Daniel from Abuja, thanks for calling. You're live.
That's true.
Daniel. Okay, so I like that part you talked about, the rewarding system, because, you know, it's part of our culture. Oh, today I'm in a good mood. Today my daughter just turned 15. And that's the same day you came in to tell me that you got into Harvard. Oh, don't worry, I've paid your entire school fees. Just out of anybody's desire. It also fuels the ego of, yes, I am the president, I have the power, you know. And we need to reduce that and make it more systematic, which is what you're saying, because governors do it. The local government chairman do it. Even the average rich man. The average rich man too, if you are lucky to meet him on a day, he's happy. So the thing is that there has to be, but it's different from a rich man who says, I only have £1 million I give out a month. But so this is the amount of money. Next month, I will find out, I'll put you in the budget.
Yeah.
That's the person who has a system in place. Not just, you show up today and I've already given up $1 million. Let me just give you 10 million.
And that's why we have a problem when we send our children abroad under scholarship from the federal government, and then our children are stranded, and they are listening now that they had paid money to a group of people for sporting events. Meanwhile, you sent us to this country for education, and we haven't received anything from you. The schools are sending us out. So you are right. That mentality where a regular individual can just stop by and give you money, which is in his right, it's his money, he can decide to do it. We cannot take that into government. We have to realize that there's a difference.
Mariam, there's something I want us to not forget, because I think we keep forgetting that these ladies worked hard.
No, we have
because I didn't want, because we make it look as if they just gave them. They didn't just dash them. They were not there when these girls were having sleepless nights, training in the rain, trying to get into practice. There's a lot of work that goes into what we saw.
Maria, it's unfortunate that in this conversation, it seems as if we are, but it's not. We recognize their hard work. We recognize all that they have put in. But it just so happens, like if you're in a house with parents and children, and we know that there's someone that shows up, make sure that the house is clean, the food is being cooked, the children are dropped, you know, there's a sibling that makes sure everything is done. And then there's a sibling that shows up
with first class
once in a while and does something, and then every resource that was meant to run the house and everything, to even help these ones, is just taken and given to them.
But they did not tell us
you will have,
listen. The president did not say that. The president has not ever told us that this money that we are spending now is a sacrifice that other people will pay for.
No, you don't have
doctors,
to say.
They did not even mention that they don't have money for doctors. They've just not spoken to them. So
but we are living in this country until we've had conversations. It's not just this conversation. We have had conversations where we have sat down with ministers, with former presidents, former administrations, and we have been told we don't have the sort of money you're asking for ASU lecturers. We don't have our children are at home for many months. They cannot go back because we don't have the sort of money your lecturers are asking for. So those are the things.
Let me take that.
That's my own.
No,
I want us to direct. Don't hear president what he has done, but tell him pay this one.
And that's the conversation we're having.
I'll allow you to talk to Mr. President, but let me take Nathaniel's call first. Nathaniel, thanks for calling. You're live.
Hello, this is Nathaniel from Ilorin.
Go ahead, please.
This is my first time of calling.
Welcome to the show.
I really appreciate your effort and your concern and your perspective about this nation. On the issue at hand, it's very ridiculous that our reporting system is not balanced in this country. We are not greeting those guys. They did very well. They deserve honor. But compared to what we are giving to others, take for example, it's very painful when I had my governor saying he's giving $10,000 each.
Thanks.
While my neighbor retired from this very quarantine, 2016, they have not gotten their gratitude. They called them last week to come and take 100,000 naira from their 3 million that they cried in 2018, and they are not giving money that way. Very bad. You don't value others. Can you imagine somebody that's worked for 30 years to 12 years in this quarantine and retired 2018? He has not gotten his gratuity. And they called him last week and take 100,000 naira from his 3 million calculated.
That right there is the issue. Right. Thank you, Nathaniel. In fact, that's exactly the problem.
Thank you. So another reward system. The reward system problem, systemic problem. The governors who joined in this like this, they wanted to get mentioned. So there is another problem of, redeeming pledges. Everybody jumping on the bandwagon of the trends.
They might not give
they might not be giving these ladies their money until one Falcon come and show us her 150 million naira alert. Let's not be jumping yet. The governors who were there, you get into office, you're not fully abreast of the needs of your people. How many citizens per state? How many are there in Kwara State? They will not be up to the 20 million Lagosians. And then you are not aware of how many people are being in service, how many people are being owed gratuities, what they need in healthcare. But you know that Super Falcon have won. And you think that the only hard work that must be rewarded is all they are suffering. How many 35 years in service civil servants are causing governors, causing members of contributory pension scheme, because they are waiting for their gratuity? Nigerian police the other day went to lay siege at the National Assembly over gratuity. The ridiculous amount that they were giving as gratuity and the rest of their pension that will be spread, and the wahala that they want to do.
That's where I want us to end this conversation, because government was, it's like they don't see, they don't understand.
Yes, it's the one that comes to their face.
When these questions come up, and the usual answer is that we have limited resources. We are managing our limited resources. How you don't see how many you are? You're so much. And then people will be like, they will now go be counting themselves. Yeah, you need to suffer.
Even those who have told themselves, tighten their belt.
Don't born again, tighten your belt. And then 11 Super Falcons go to the World Cup. Hard work, yes. We are not, despite
just
their hard
cough it
work.
out.
They did all their hard work, but they were just positioned well.
They were just
for their own reward.
God favored them.
And that's how a lot of things in this country go.
I am waiting for favor.
So you see the comedy that we have become.
Yes,
whereas I can say, let me do active service. Let me turn down bribes. Let me not do like what's that man's name that did police pension scam. Let me not do all of this and do the right thing and retire well. And then I
just pray that it's my time.
And then I'm dying in my small hut. They can't even give me
pray for favor that they will pay you.
Let me pause you. That's what we do. We pray. Marianne, thanks for calling. You're live.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Hi, thank you. I'm a first time
Welcome
caller.
to the show. You're live.
I'm a lover of the show.
Thank you.
Today I'm a football fan.
Okay.
Although I'm a girl, I grew up in the midst of boys.
Okay.
So the issue is, they worked for it.
Yes.
In fact, they deserve it. I don't think Nigerians can be. You can't compete. Nigerians are forever. Most of them are forever ungrateful. I don't know what president will do. I'm not someone that really like politics like that. But what our president did was worth it. They come back for me from that match. I watched it with my children. I was in my son's room with the excitement, and they come back, they deserve it. You see some of them, look at the look. Some of them with low cost, they really worked for this. They struggled for it.
Yeah.
They don't care about their look. Like Sister Tokpe said, at a time they slept at the airport 2 years ago. Nobody talked about it. To me, they really deserve it. I'm so happy.
Thank you so much, Marianne. Let me take Mr. Gbenga Mujimi. He said that, please, Nigerians shouldn't judge the poor salary scale of our civil servants based on what our Super Falcons received. Many of them earn 10 times per match in their respective clubs.
Very good.
God bless them more, and our basketball team, who just won Côte d'Ivoire.
Yes, sir.
For a very long time, our sports ambassadors have been neglected, and that's why Rashidi Yekini and others died in penury. God bless Nigeria. So, just like you said earlier, there are two sides of this conversation, because the truth is that for many years, many of our stars, our heroes of football, have not been compensated for the hard work. It's just that these ones are being compensated, although it's still arguable.
But I even have a little on that compensation, and that's why they died in penury. The thing is, some people got some compensation that one time, but they went back into a system that does not help to sustain that generosity. So it's not like they were not compensated. I remember that Olympic team, they were compensated in various ways, but they also go ahead, they make money in their various clubs, but they come back to a system that is struggling, that things and institutions are not working. And that is because we put the money, whatever it is a low-hanging fruit. We put all our money in just giving, making these big splashes for publicity, and then we leave people to fend for themselves. I think that it would be better for our country if our sporting heroes were able to come back to a system, or come back to a country where things are working, where that they have done their job, and their children can go to schools, and their school teachers are there, their university lecturers are there because they are paid well, that they are able to walk into hospitals and go to proper hospitals and be treated by qualified doctors because we're doing the right thing. That's just one splash. If Qatar and all the Arab countries can do it, does not mean we have to do it. They have a lot of money. They can afford to do it. It's just like seeing a parent who buys a child, a 16-year-old, a Rolls Royce. And you feel that, if they're doing it, we too, we should splash out. Meanwhile, you cannot afford to do that.
Did you hear that gist? I heard that. I couldn't confirm it. The Rolls Royce. Did you hear the Rolls Royce? I heard the school. There's a school that recently, so I heard of. I can't confirm it. I won't mention the school.
So,
and the parents gave the child the Rolls Royce in Nigeria after graduation. I can't confirm
as long as this is money.
Anyway, but you see, we forgot this part. Now, let's talk on Nima. We forgot this part. Do you know that this reward could actually inspire other young children, young girls, to say, I want to go into football?
But without system, how are they sure they will get their own reward?
But this is
exactly because it's a favor.
It's
your turn, it may or may not happen.
So there's a kid out there on the field.
Based on how I feel. It shouldn't be based on discretion.
But did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Hold on, Murayo. I understand you. It should inspire younger people, but it shouldn't be based on my feelings and discretion per time.
Because it should be a benchmark.
It should be what they are entitled to.
Because they may get there and it may not be favored by the administration.
So I think that we should have our Senate or House of Rep do a benchmark for what rewards can be.
Those people in charge of salary scale, can you please ensure that this sportsmen, sportswomen, our heroes get what they are due by salary? Let their salary be well spelled out. Let their housing be provided for. It is basic. Health be well provided for, because they don't want to come back to a system where maybe they have the money they have invested in, but they cannot afford their health care. They are homeless or anything. Let it be basic needs for every Nigerian, no matter the field you're in. You can then reward somebody with a special award, because all of us, we are doing well. Nobody is homeless, nobody is helpless, nobody can afford health, but because everybody is doing well, then we still have excess. We don't have enough to meet our doctors' needs. We are losing doctors. We have one doctor to 7,000 patients, according to the last statistics. NMA, I be 10,000 patients now. Each of us, we are looking at those problems. We criticize government for them, but we say this is perfect. We know the Super Falcons have worked hard. We cannot even...
Okay, we have to wrap up. I need a few comments. Every other
Nigerian in different fields
on social media as we wrap up. We'll talk about your final comment, because we need a wrap up.
So my final comment is that it's great for us to talk about, have this conversation on the show. And if we do not direct specifically what we believe will be long-term solution, we will just be like, 2 years' time, we'll now come back again when they go for another championship and be like, so you did not give them anything or something thereabouts. My appeal is, we have many pressing issues. All of us agree on that. And we would like the president to give equal attention that he has given to the Falcons, to those same issues, ASU, as well as the doctors. Then, can we create a system that standardizes what reward will be for everybody, from state governors to president, so that there won't be generosity will not be based on mood, but reward based on standard that has been put in place. Once that is done, we are fine.
Comments, please.
Mr. Adebayo says, we belittle the struggles and achievements of these gallant footballers. We don't because we owe our house rent and refuse to eat. Every sector has got their budget, so we can't compare apples and pears. You can't sit and legislate. Football is not for the faint-hearted. This is also a thing that brings us together. These girls went through a lot, and you can't judge the reward with other professions. Otherwise, truck pushers should be paid more than bankers.
Mount Rushmore says, for every one successful footballer, there are thousands more who did not make it. My point. And then Moses Ade says, sleeping at the airport is a bureaucratic problem.
It's an institutional problem.
Institutional one.
Should not be there.
Shauna says, UK woman footballer earned £87,000 for winning the Euros. That's more than $100,000. The difference is that they have a football system that generates more money than Nigeria does.
We have to wrap up. I think we've all agreed that, yes, we're happy for the Falcons. We don't in any way play low the work they've done. However, we're just saying that we prefer going forward, to be fair. Government shouldn't play favoritism. I think, as Miriam has said earlier, we need to create a system such that everybody knows what they get. And then the basic needs of people are provided for, so that when they do reward them, people don't feel like they were cheated. That, oh, this person, the doctors needed this, these nurses needed this, other professions needed this. But the truth, once there's a system in place that provides the basic for Nigerians, once you reward, people don't feel like it's out of place. So I think that's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, bringing our next segment, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.